Hello and welcome to another edition of How's That. It's been a stunning evening last night with KKR being bowled out for less than 90 runs. And Royal Challengers Bangalore, delighted with Mohammad Siraj's incisive opening spell, ended up a comfortable winner. Good morning to you, Vijay. And what are your first thoughts on last night's game?
Good morning, Raja Raman. A disappointing match, but definitely not for fans in Hyderabad because Mohammad Siraj, who's done well for this team in the state, excelled last night. And for both of us from Hyderabad, there should be something to cheer about.
Oh, not too many players from Hyderabad in IPL, and it's good to see someone from there come good. I think Virat Kohli and Simon Katich need to be complimented for making that decision to play Mohammad Siraj. They saw green on the track and preferred a swing bowler, and he was on the money, Vijay. He bowled a dream spell. I think many people will remember this for some time because there have been some terrific bowling spells in IPL this year, but Mohammad Siraj, none for three, where he picked up 3 wickets without conceding a run. I think it is a standout memory for all of us now.
Oh, yes. I mean, he is known to be a good swing bowler. In domestic cricket, they do value his presence in the Hyderabad team. Opponents also respect him for the fact that he's able to pitch the ball up. He is not known to bowl too many short balls. And last night we saw a wonderful demonstration of aggressive bowling. And it also helped the fact that he was bowling to Indian batsmen in the opposition. I mean, if you look at Gill or Tripathi, they're not known to have they're not known to go after the bowlers right from the beginning. But Siraj really deserves a huge compliment for his bowling last night.
My focus is entirely on Virat Kohli's decision to bowl him in that second over. Obviously, he was planning to go with Washington Sundar, and then he changed his mind toward the end of that first over where he saw the ball do a little bit of that track and got in Mohammad Siraj. He had very little time, Siraj, to prepare himself mentally to bowl with a new ball. I think he would have been preparing to bowl much later in the innings, but then he grabbed the chance with both hands.
Yes, if you look at most of the youngsters in today's cricket, Raja Raman, they want to grab that opportunity because they don't get many opportunities. And here, you're right, it was basic. Once the captain saw the pitch was behaving differently than what he would have thought of, and it was a wise decision, definitely, to bring in Siraj because he changed the course of the game.
Let's watch what Siraj had to say about being asked at the very last moment to bowl with the new ball, Vijay.
जैसा पहला ओवर मॉरिस डालता है तो मॉरिस को जैसा पहले ओवर में थोड़े बीट हुए तो फिर वो बात करे एबी सर से तो फिर दोनों मिलके मुझे बोला कि रेडी होने के तो जैसा मुझे मौका मिला तो मैं अपने स्ट्रेंथ को बैक किया मुझे मज़ा भी आया पहले तो विकेट देख के तो ऐसा नहीं सोचा था कि स्विंग होगा ये जैसा मेरा नेचुरल आउट स्विंग हो तो उस पर बहुत ही अच्छा लगा मुझे मेरा पहले नेचुरल था इन स्विंग फिर जैसे मैं प्रैक्टिस में एकदम से अचानक आउट स्विंग हो गया तो मैं ज़्यादा वो चीज़ पे सोचा नहीं अरे मेरा इन स्विंग आता था अब आउट स्विंग ठीक है अब जो भी आ रहा तो मैं यही प्रैक्टिस करते गया कि जैसा प्रैक्टिस सेशन में कि आउट स्विंग तो वही मैं आज जैसे मैच में आया वही एग्जीक्यूट हुआ जैसे हमारे पास प्रैक्टिस में देवदत्त और पीपी भाई प्रैक्टिस करते तो उनको ये एक ही लाइन डालता था आज मैच में जैसा रन आया तो एग्जीक्यूट भी अच्छा हुआ फर्स्ट बॉल
A disastrous time against the new ball. You would have expected Dinesh Karthik and Owen Morgan to do some repair job, but that did not happen because Dinesh Karthik was foxed by a straighter one from Yuzvendra Chahal and was out LBW on review. They did not have too much firepower, KKR, after this because Andre Russell wasn't playing, and it was only left to Owen Morgan to hold the innings together and try and get to a decent score.
See, KKR Raja Raman, after having been decimated by Siraj, it was bound to be difficult because somebody would have had to play a blinder. Dinesh Karthik was one. I was expecting him to come up with a good knock with Morgan and company, but Karthik, I think, has even the pressure of not having given the captaincy. So you can't say that he's under pressure of captaincy. It's a fact that he is not in good form. He's not properly applying his mind. Lack of application, maybe. But here, of course, the way he misread the ball, it shows that his mind was not there. I mean, it's cluttered. Too many things happening, and with the debacle in the top order, obviously it was too much to expect KKR to come back and post a total maybe of say 150 odd.
Vijay, I would have thought that some test match kind of batting was the order of the day, but it was interesting to hear Brendan McCullum at the end of the game, the coach of the KKR side, talk about a different approach and how he was disappointed that none of the KKR batsmen tried to take on the Hyderabad bowling or to counter the swing that Siraj was getting. Let's watch what Brendan McCullum has to say.
Well, there's many things you can do. You can use your crease, you can go laterally, or you can advance or go deeper in your crease. I think there's lots of things you can do. You can try and apply a little bit of pressure somehow, but you know, we weren't able to do any of those tonight, and that's one thing we'll discuss is how, as batsmen, you're able to enter the game, show strong presence, and to be able to try and turn a little bit of pressure back on the opposition, particularly in slightly helpful conditions for the seamers. In all honesty, I didn't think there was a lot in the wicket. I think, you know, Siraj obviously bowled well, and Morris at times also, but if anything, we were just a little timid in our approach, and that's just a bit frustrating because we spoke at length before the game about trying to be positive and show some strong intent. So that's something we'll have to address in the next few days.
That's a very, very valid point, Radharaman. And McCullum, having played the IPL, having done well at the international level, understands of, the nuances of tackling swing, whether in swing or out swing. And I remember, I mean, when he says using the crease, I remember Mr. Sunil Gavaskar standing well outside the crease to counter the swing, because a basic this thing, you don't allow the ball to begin the swing itself. So here, lessons for youngsters, I think probably flaw of coaches, if they have not been able to drive this point home among the youngsters, that they have to use the crease, use the footwork within the crease also. It is their domain. So that's a very valid point by McCullum.
Let us watch what Brendan McCullum has to say about Aaron Finch when he came out to bat and how he stepped out against the faster bowlers.
You know, I just think we weren't able to enter the game at any stage. None of our top order batsmen were able to get anything going. And if we flip that over and look at how even Aaron Finch, I know he didn't set the world on fire tonight, but he still showed intent. He was walking down the wicket. He was asking some different questions of us as bowlers and trying to take out a mode of dismissal. And sometimes that's what you got to do. You got to be a little bit creative to be able to get yourself into the game. So, you know, it wasn't to beat tonight. There will be some good lessons for some of our guys, and we're going to have to find a way to be able to actually enter the game, because you know you can't be in a situation like you were at 40 for 6 and expect to win games of cricket.
You should add to it. You know, why, not just Finch. The other day you saw Shikhar Dhawan doing it.
So in conditions like this, Vijay, where the ball is tending to do a little bit more in the air and off the track, you're so right. Mr. Gavaskar would have stood maybe a foot and a half outside the crease to negate the possibility of swing bowling. We got to see how Nitish Rana was bowled first ball, pitch of a delivery coming into the left hand and knocking the top of the off stump. You don't get to see that often, but very clearly in IPL, especially the Indian batsmen do not have organized defense or do not even apply their mind on how to counter swing bowling.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you see and go back and see Rana's dismissal, he was in no position. He was beaten by pace. I mean, he had absolutely no clue. Yes, it was a good delivery, but definitely not unplayable.
It came in quite sharply after pitching as well. So he was beaten in the air by the pace and beaten off the pitch by the movement. Was a wonderful delivery from Mohammad Siraj. But then you would have expected Kolkata Knight Riders to show spine. It was a meek surrender in the end.
For their fans, it must be very, very disheartening to watch a team they were hoping it would do well in this IPL. They had the firepower, but they have come a crop.
Chasing 85 for victory, Vijay, I think it would have been a cakewalk for Royal Challengers Bangalore. And the manner in which Padikkal and Finch opened the innings and scored 44 in the first 6 overs, it was going to be pretty easy for them. Then again, Finch got out to Lockie Ferguson in the 7th over. And that raises a question whether Eoin Morgan brought on Lockie Ferguson, easily their best bowler, pretty late in the innings.
Yes, in hindsight, I think he did bring him late. He could have definitely tried him because look at how he has bowled in the last match. His first IPL appearance this season, and he looked a seasoned bowler as if he has been doing well in every game. So that could have been maybe a tactical error, yeah.
The outcome of the game allows Royal Challengers Bangalore to start thinking about finishing in the top 2. It does look a good possibility. They have got a couple of tough games, but it is not beyond the Royal Challengers Bangalore to surprise either Delhi Capitals or Mumbai Indians and finish in the top 2.
I will not be surprised if they finish at the top because they have now struck form in every area, every aspect of their game, batting, bowling, fielding, and they found the right combination. And the key batsmen are getting runs, key bowlers are bowling well. So it is now, I think, a very, very compact team looking the best to go and win the title for the first time ever. But no, don't roll out Delhi Capitals. They're as competent and as compact as RCB. So it's going to be a good tussle.
The 2 of the 4 games that Royal Challengers Bangalore have, Vijay, are against the Delhi Capitals and against Mumbai Indians. And those could be matches which determine where RCB finishes. But they have also got 2 pretty easy games, so to say, against Sunrisers Hyderabad and Chennai Super Kings, 2 teams that have looked pretty flat this season.
Yeah, 2 teams who have looked pretty flat, but 2 teams who look to spoil somebody's party because they have got nothing to lose. The fans are trolling them. There is such criticism they would never have faced in the history of IPL. So I will expect CSK and Hyderabad to make the most of whatever is remaining for them in this IPL.
With Kings XI Punjab playing really well and scoring 3 successive victories and getting to that 5th spot, KKR now looks in danger of conceding that 4th place to Kings XI Punjab. At this point of time, we must say, they have got a few problems on hand. Andre Russell is not 100%. Sunil Narayan apparently is not fit despite not playing a couple of games recently. And they have got issues with having changed captains in the mid-season, not having a settled batting order. So KKR's got a tough road ahead.
Very, very tough road, and particularly if they have to compete with Kings XI Punjab. I mean, look at how Punjab has performed. True, they're in this position because of a few games which they lost from winning positions. But again, the investment among youngsters has served Punjab very well. If not this season, I'm sure Rajaraman, they will be a very, very strong outfit next year.
Even this year, there is a match that KKR has got to play against Kings XI Punjab. And the Kolkata side has also got a game against Rajasthan Royals. You can't discount the Rajasthan Royals yet. These 2 games will perhaps determine which of these sides finish 4th in the league.
I think Rajasthan Royals is an exciting prospect. I mean, if you see the fact that Ben Stokes, Steve Smith, someone like Tewatia, Jofra Archer, they are all match winners on their day. So Rajasthan Royals should not be discounted.
KKR, since they played last night, Vijay, will have a challenge. Brendan McCullum, who's new into coaching but has been an excellent captain in his time, and Eoin Morgan will have to bring the side together and to make it believe in itself one more time. A defeat like the one that it suffered last night is always going to be a challenge for the coaching staff to boost the morale of the side.
Well, you need to ensure that you put up a competitive total first and foremost if you bat first, and if you bowl first, then you've got to make sure that you execute your plans and you're able to restrict them to a total. And you know, for us, it's about maintaining belief. I've said all the way along, as long as our morale stays high and our belief within the dressing room stays high, then we have the talent within our setup and the intelligence and the quality of player to be able to be there deep in the tournament. This is going to affect a little bit in terms of our confidence and work hard on ensuring our morale doesn't drop, at the same time having those honest conversations around how we improve. But I still firmly believe that we have a side which can be there later on in the tournament come finals time. We just need to improve slightly.
And McCullum has a very good assistant in Abhishek Nair, who's played outstanding cricket on the domestic level. He should have played much more international cricket, I always thought. And he has a very sound mind, a very sound cricketing mind. So maybe they must be thinking and they must be planning to kind of to script KKR revival.
I think over the last few days, coaches and captains have been asked severe questions on what they should do after the toss. And we got to see both Virat Kohli and Eoin Morgan prefer to bat first on that track yesterday. And then after the game concede that it was perhaps a mistake to bat first. But with pitches changing their nature, Vijay, it is going to be one big ask of captains and coaches. Let us watch this question from Rishabh Mahale. As always, North Stand Gang Mumbai has got an interesting question for you.
In the last few games of the IPL, we have been noticing that the wickets have been slowing down. The captains, coaches and the players have been mentioning it time to time in their interviews. So my question is, as we are nearing the business end of the tournament, what change of strategies can we expect from the teams to counter this slowness of the wicket? And especially the teams which are languishing in the bottom half of the table, what different can they do than what they're doing right now to try and create a chance to jump into top 4? Thank you.
Thanks, Rishabh. Very interesting question. I know you play a lot of cricket with the NST boys in Bombay. When you talk of pitches, the challenges will be many. When the pitches slow down, obviously the role of the spinners increases, but also the batsmen also have to approach differently. I mean, you can't play all the shots. You have to make a change in your shot selection also. So it's going to be interesting, even though I will not rule out that just because the pitches are slow, there is no role for fast bowlers. But Rajaraman, the second half, I would like to listen to what you have to say.
Kings XI Punjab and Rajasthan Royals, if they can keep their focus, if they can retain what they have been doing well and improve on what they have not been able to do well in the last few games, eliminate the errors, I think they can give KKR a run for its money. I don't see them finishing in the top 3. I don't see any of the sides which are at the bottom of the table making a run for a place in the top 3, because Mumbai Indians, the Delhi Capitals and Royal Challengers Bangalore are fighting a battle of their own.
You have made a very valid point. I mean, the top 3, RCB, Delhi Capitals and Mumbai Indians, they have looked very different. They have looked very, very different. Obviously, they've done the preparation well. They've studied their opposition much better. And you can see the difference between these 3 and the remaining 5. There is a marked difference. These top 3 teams have played comfortably and they are in this position deservingly. So it's going to be a good contest among the remaining 5. One has to come up. I think I'll back Kings XI Punjab to make it to the 4th. So last 4.
Rajasthan Royals should fancy chances too. It cannot count itself out. It got a game against Sunrisers Hyderabad today. So perhaps today is the first opportunity for Rajasthan Royals to stay on course to upsetting both Kings XI Punjab and KKR and making it to the playoffs. They are an exciting side. Ben Stokes has come and revived the side a little bit. Steve Smith has not scored the runs that the team would like of him, but it is about time that he starts scoring some runs.
Yes, Rajaraman, you have a very valid point when you say when you back Rajasthan Royals, because you look at the foreigners they have, all quality, top class. Jafra Archer, Ben Stokes, Josh Butler and Steve Smith, the top 4, I mean, absolutely fabulous players. But I will just look at the balance which is brought in by somebody like Tewatia or someone like Riyan Parag. And if Sanjay Samson, who's been, I don't know why he's batting like this, I have a lot of faith in him. If these 3 come together, Rajasthan Royals could be the team to watch.
It should be a good game to watch, Vijay, especially with Sunrisers Hyderabad having that outside chance and not just wanting to spoil Rajasthan's chances. and Rajasthan wanting to stay in the reckoning with another victory. Let's hope for a very good contest tonight. And on that note, Vijay, I'm going to take leave of you and have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you, Rajaraman. Have a very good day.